Big talking Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking Brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, more. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking Brewskis is coming in live. Crack when open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking Brewskis with Marissa Smith.
Hey guys, happy Friday! This is Big Talkin' Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. As always, I've got Rodney Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
I've got Francisco. I'm gonna fuck up your last name. You should.
Aldorando. Don't even worry about it. Just Cisco's fine. There's only like one other Cisco in comedy. He's on the West Coast, so we're good. Just
okay.
Cisco's fine.
Okay.
Cisco.
Cisco.
And in from Canada, we've got Mike King.
How's it going, E?
I'm good. How you doing, Mike?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Glad to be invited to the show.
Yeah, thanks for Skyping in. So, Rodney, how was your week?
My week's been good, just working the 9 to 5. It's like the busiest time of year for us right now. So I went out the other night, like after work with some coworkers, and you know how I am with the straight guys. I'm like always flirting.
You love them.
I love them, trying to get them to convert to the other side.
You're the one. Everybody's like, no, they don't do that. And he's like, nah, fuck it, I'm doing it.
No. Right. So one of my coworkers that I was flirting with, he was like, so Rodney, no offense, but I would never, ever sleep with you because your number's way too high. Like, you've been with too many people. It's just way too high.
This is a straight guy.
This is a straight guy. Right.
That means he definitely wants to get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
Well, if your number
like,
was
I would
lower.
never because. Get the
Right, exactly. But that led to the question to start the panel out today is, like, is there a number that's too high?
Yes.
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I think when you meet somebody, whatever they did, it colors it, but it doesn't count. You can't.
And that's
because
right.
you're judging now.
No, right, exactly. And what if, like, okay, you're not sleeping with everybody, but, like, you're single, and you have, like, maybe 2 or 3 fuck buddies, and you've been single for, like, 4 years. Like, over time, it's just going to get higher and higher.
Yeah, but that's 2 or 3 fuck buddies. That's not...
In a year, but then in 5 years, that'll be, what, 15 more people.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's still not your number. Like,
Oh, well, okay. We're not talking about
Just
my
assume-
number specifically.
Listen,
Okay.
there's over 10 billion people on the planet. Just assume everybody likes to fuck and leave it at that. I mean, that's...
Mike,
Yeah,
do you-
Then again,
there's a
I've
problem
also
with the number
dated whores,
system.
so there you
And-
go. I've worked security for escorts, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
you have
I'm a little bit biased.
You have an open mind.
I
Mike,
try
what were
not
you
to
saying?
judge.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over anybody. I just didn't hear anybody until I was speaking. Then it all came back.
Oh.
Skype is like that. But there's a problem with the number system. And say you meet someone and they've been with like 50 people, but it turns out that like 50 of them, like all 50 of them are like really boring people. You think you're good with the person who's only had 5 people, but what if they're all like 50 Shades of Grey motherfuckers?
right.
Right.
And you think, oh, this has only been with 5 people. I don't have to worry about like an experience competition. And then you see their pleasure room and you're like, what the fuck have I gotten in myself into?
Yeah.
Right. No.
So the number system is flawed because it doesn't count for types of experience.
This is true. What if it's like 150 people?
And like only like again 100 of them are dull. Like
Right.
again, to me, like practice makes perfect. So would you rather have someone who knows what they're doing, or would you rather have someone that's just like, I mean, that's so gross. I don't know.
Right, because
Or-
let me tell you, I've definitely had a couple of virgins, never been with a guy before, motherfuckers, and that's some work in itself.
Wait, were these conversions?
Yeah, some conversions.
Rodney has his own conversion
Right.
therapy.
You're the guy. That's fucking hilarious.
I am that guy. I got
Here
one now.
for
He can't stay away.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. I feel like I think that Mike has a valid point that numbers don't necessarily count for experience. I think like for me, like I think that I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. So like the whole idea that like somebody's fucked like 500 people, like it just bugs me out.
I like how with 150,
I can see it
to
bugging
500.
you out. But I'm a big when you meet somebody, you meet somebody. So if
MEAT.
that's hilarious. Yeah, no. So I mean, and you go from there. I mean, that stuff doesn't even have to really like come up. It comes
Right, because
up.
that's what I was gonna say is how do you even know?
Yeah.
So what if you've been dating somebody for like a long time, like you find a feeling this person,
Yeah.
then you find out they slept with 500 motherfuckers.
But it's I also find a low number to be like off-putting too, though, because like my ex, I was his third, and I thought that was like weird.
Third person he's ever been with?
Yeah,
How old was he? Like
29,
29.
Was he
Yeah.
from like the country?
Buffalo.
That's why. Maybe he just has high standards. Buffalo's rough.
I've
Or
seen
just
his exes.
standards.
God.
Or just standard.
Yeah, exactly. It's Buffalo, for fuck's sake. And I'm just being sincere. If anybody's been,
I've
being
never-
like,
I've never been to
not to
Buffalo.
offend the delicate people, but it's fucking Buffalo.
Yeah.
There's no way. The Bills play there, for fuck's sake.
So, Mike, how's your week been?
It's just been me doing a lot of tech support, but also trying to get into the Christmas spirit, cruising neighborhoods, looking for places that have their houses lit up properly, like not like a string of lights along the awning. I'm looking for like the Clark Griswold motherfuckers, the type that want to be seen from space.
Yeah. I feel like this year just wasn't that festive. Like, I don't know what it looks like in Canada, but here, like, even like the stores aren't really that decorated, and normally the streets are decorated and there's like lights everywhere.
Yeah.
This year, it's not really.
And it's not just Christmas; it was also Halloween. I didn't get anybody at my door this year.
Oh wow.
It's weird because we went right from Halloween to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It did. It flew.
Completely,
It was just like I feel like Halloween was
completely
yesterday.
Skipped Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah, Thanksgiving didn't feel like it even happened.
Damn, the whole holiday season was just fucked up this year.
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
I'm blaming Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's got to be.
It's the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Somebody had to say it.
Yeah, definitely. So, Cisco, how's your week been?
My week's good, with the exception of dealing with office parties. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when you have this was the week for everybody to have their holiday
Yep.
party,
Yeah.
which is the week that I lose like all faith in humanity. I mean, I went through maybe behind the bar. I went through maybe 400 people this week, and I got maybe 20 please and thank yous.
Yeah.
You know, it's rough. So just it was really aggravating. The money was down this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was so when you say like it wasn't festive. Yeah, the money was down all across the board this year. No decorations
Wish.
everywhere like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Nobody's in a good mood. Everybody's down.
Yeah. But I think that I think that's a mistake that a lot of stores are doing, is not being festive, because when you feel in the mood for Christmas, then you're just like, oh shit, I got to buy people gifts. Like I have to like do this, I have to do that. And like you kind of like you're jump started into the season. But like when you're looking around and everything just looks normal, then you're like, yeah, I guess I can wait.
Yeah.
And then all of a
Also, I
sudden it's
think
here.
a
Yeah.
big part of it too is that like you get everything done online now. So
Yeah.
See, that's what made me realize the Christmas spirit is like people, because I was in my building coming down the stairs, and like literally every door had a package.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, so this is how people are doing it.
Yep.
This
Well,
year.
yeah, if you get trampled in a Black Friday sale, you're a fucking idiot because, use your phone.
Right. Hello. I love those commercials.
This is natural selection, okay? This is the stupid people of the human race killing themselves off. These are the same people that run with the bulls.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
definitely do.
I couldn't. Yeah. I got everything done in an hour, shopping wise.
Shopping. Boom.
You
There
know?
you go. It's all just coming and getting delivered.
The most aggravating part is having to go to the post office to pick it up because I live in an apartment. So
Oh.
you can imagine, like, it's great if you have a porch where you can leave stuff, but when you live in the hood,
Yeah, you have to
Right.
go
mailman
get
don't
it.
even, the mailman's not carrying anything. He just leaves a little orange sticker in your box, like, yo, come pick this up.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got to get like the little Amazon Prime drone, but strap a gat to him and just have him stay by the door until you show up.
Well, they got it. They have drop off. I live in the hood. They have drop off locations, but nobody uses them because you're just asking to get robbed when you pick your stuff up.
Oh shit.
Damn.
what I mean?
Where
Like-
do you live at?
I'm in the Bronx, born and raised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody questions what I
Right.
say.
Right.
But
Oh.
when you say Brooklyn, like, oh, really? But isn't it? No, you said
No,
Bronx.
Bronx. You're like,
"God damn,
okay,
really?"
yeah, no.
The only
that's
time,
still
the
like,
only place is safe is by the zoo in the summer and by Yankee Stadium in the summer. It's real.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Riverdale.
Riverdale's not the Bronx. Riverdale's Upper Yonkers, I call it. Lower Yonkers.
It's still. I mean, it's technically
geographically speaking,
yeah.
but being from there, nah, that's a
Wait,
foreign
Riverdale
country.
is real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Oh.
way more Jews than the TV show.
He's like, wait a minute.
That's where they hide, man.
Yeah, because I'm from Yonkers, and so like I would have to go like when I'm trying to catch the 1 train, I'll go through Riverdale. But
Yeah. Proud of myself for not barking like DMX. When you said that. That's good.
Yeah.
Yonkers is real.
The
Riverdale's
Bronx
that
is
little
real. That's
enclave.
like the one. That's like the one borough I would feel nervous in.
If you,
Maybe certain parts of Brooklyn, but like not really.
yeah, but
Well, because I live in Brooklyn
Brooklyn's
now.
Brooklyn's still real though. But
Yeah.
it's all real. Like I think Queens is probably the safest out of the 5, besides
Manhattan.
Because Manhattan, you have a lot of police presence in the lower and middle parts.
Right, but
know,
not
so
so much.
Not so much
uptown.
when you go uptown. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny now when I was a kid, I went to school on 125th, and to see that whole area change is amazing to me. But you still don't get cops up there. I have friends who still live on it. Like, nah, it's still real. Like, really? But there's all these
Yeah.
white people walking around. Like, oh, we leave them alone.
Right. They know.
The thing I think is weird though is now when you like walk down 125th, it's like all these people on bath salts that like are like nodding out in the middle of the ground or they're flopping around. It's just really weird. And I mean, I know that it's still a lot better than it was like in the 80s and the early 90s,
Yeah.
but it feels a lot worse than it was in the early 2000s.
It's weirder because it's more with bath salts are you're out there walking around. Everything else, remember, was done inside.
Yeah.
Heroin, you had a shooting den. Crack, you had a crack house. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you went away from the street
To go do
be
your
high.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, now they kick you out of the Bed Bath and Beyond before you can finally get in that nice zone.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, there is a Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't know.
There is
Yeah.
a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard to get upset at gentrification.
It is
when you're like, but this is
DSW
so
and Starbucks.
affordable.
Right.
It's like, thank you, white folks, for moving in here. We got a cool store where I can buy a portable shelf that I can move around the apartment.
Now we get our vanilla scented drugs.
So now, Mike, have you always lived in Canada?
Yep, always. I live in Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. Like, don't let people tell you it's Toronto.
Yeah.
Those senators.
You know the Senators? Wow, that's finally an American that knows the Canadian team. That's great.
Yeah, blame Kevin Smith for that one. I went through a hockey phase after watching Mallrats in 1995.
Yeah, as a Canadian, I gotta love Kevin Smith. He's really Canada friendly. That dude.
Now, you used to be a stand-up, but now you're a podcaster, right?
Yeah, I did stand up about 10 times, and I just thought, man, this is a struggle, but I'm going to be doing it. It's worth it. And then I got into podcasting, and immediately, like after guesting on a show twice, they asked me to be a co-host, and I was just like, oh, shit, I guess I'm just better at this then. I don't mind the struggle, but, you know, there's what you're willing to work hard at and what you're just good at. So I'm going to go with that.
So now, what are your podcasts?
I do one podcast about Nintendo Power Magazine, which is like old and niche, I know, but I thought if I'm going to start a podcast, why don't I do something that absolutely nobody is doing? So I never thought to think why they aren't doing that.
Right.
But it's real fun. We read old Nintendo Power magazines. We talk about the artwork, the letters, and it's really fun to see what was going on in the past. Like, man, in the early 90s, there was just this caveman phase. And it's really neat to see the trends as indicated in old magazines. Like see Bonk's Adventures, Joe and Mac, all these old video games. It's just like people could not get enough of Caveman. And then you remember, oh yeah, Encino Man was a movie back then as well. And then like when they hit the mid 90s, everything was all gross out ads. Like they'd show like a jar of toenail clippings. Like you could get this for $20 or you could get a subscription to Nintendo Power. And I'm like, oh yeah, they had that weird slime thing like the Nickelodeon with the GAC. And so it's great to see all the cultural shifts through the eyes of these old magazines.
Where do you get all these old magazines?
I used to get them on the internet, and then Nintendo decided, oh, fuck you, we don't want them. You're doing that. So they shut down a lot of places that did it. But archive.org had them, a place called retromags.com. It
Oh,
has
okay.
scans of all old magazines like Gaming Computer Monthly, Sega Monthly. You want to find old publications, retromags.com is the place.
Oh, wow.
It is
That's awesome.
Yeah, I never even heard of that.
Retromags.com.
retromags.com.
Retro.
Okay,
yeah.
making a note of that one.
Yeah.
And
more you know.
one of my current podcasts is a horror podcast called The Graveyard Shift, where we talk about old horror movies, from old movies like from the 20s to new movies like It Follows.
Ooh, I just saw It Follows like a month ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
In our reviews of the show, we often do fake deleted scenes. So for It Follows, we decide to, like, what if they did, like, one thing they didn't do in that movie is a research phase. Because there's always that part in a movie that
That
they
was the
skipped.
part that was so confusing. Like I didn't realize where it originated from, and it was just kind of
because
like
they didn't have the research
They're
scene where
right.
someone goes to a library or finds like
or
the one
find
person
something on
in
the
town
internet that had
who's
it
like,
already.
I told you there's a monster hunting all those fucking kids.
Yeah,
Like
it was
no,
so
but
weird.
so we did a fake deleted scene which takes place in the form of a 1950s PSA warning kids about the dangers of sex, which could include a case of it.
Oh, okay. See, now that would make sense because that's what because the way the movie is filmed, it's weird because like they have cell phones, but they're like watching like these like old TV sets. It's like the 50s, but like
And this idiot has a clamshell e-reader, which is like such a waste
he
of
did
space.
have a clamshell thing. I was like, what is that? Like,
And driving around in cars looking for like from the 70s.
yeah, all the cars are like from the 70s. The
Like, I enjoyed
TVs were like from the 60s, but like the clothing was like regular and they had cell phones.
This is
I never
called
had
It
a movie
Follows?
where I
gotta
enjoyed
look
the
this up.
concept more and hated the execution.
Yeah, like I like the concept, but like what happens is you have sex with somebody,
it. Okay.
and then there is a thing that follows you, kind of like
A ghost?
It's an invisible
it's an
shape-shifting
invisible-
monster.
It's a visible shape-shifting monster because it could be anything at any time. Sometimes
very
it's a woman,
Forbidden Planet.
Sometimes it's a
Yeah, kind
one
of.
of them was like a 6'5" tall guy. Like it was just and it changes different shapes.
So
but it
it's
keeps,
based on you, like it's whatever you think it is, I guess.
It changes form. It's
just
invisible
changes.
to everyone who's not cursed, but to the people who are cursed, it changes form so that it can approach you.
yeah.
So it looks like a person. So you have to keep asking everyone around you, how many people do you see? Do you see that kid with the balloon or something?
Right, and the kid with the balloon gets closer and closer, and if it gets to you, it kills you.
Oh, okay.
In different ways, because
Yeah.
one person looks like Nancy Kerrigan, and the other person looks like they literally get fucked to death. So
Yeah.
it seems to kill you in different ways.
Yeah, he
there's
did
just
get
not enough
fucked to death.
lore,
It was
like
crazy.
nothing specific and consistent about that monster.
Interesting.
But in our skit, I decided to do like an old 50s style voice, like "Welcome to today's lesson: sexual education and you."
Oh, okay.
And we played it so great, like talking about like in the good old days, women remained chaste until marriage, but now they can have herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis, or a case of it.
And what is it? Right, and that's it follows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you might enjoy that. We got that on like I can link it later.
Oh,
but-
cool.
It's a nice 3-minute skit. It's got that 50s music, me doing like that high speed echo that all those PSAs from the 50s, like those sexual education reels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we do that in the show. We try to make it hilarious and fun. All my podcasts, like none of them I take seriously because, well, I'm Canadian and we have to be humor. It's part of the CRTC regulations.
Wow.
So, Cisco,
Yep.
what's what do you feel like is like I guess proper behavior for a Christmas party?
Just okay. It's real simple because and I get everybody works, and I get at your office you fucking hate everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Don't when you have an office party, if you have an open bar, just be polite. There's 3 things that I noticed. Number 1, if it's an open bar, everybody's a dick. There's no please, there's no thank you, and nobody tips shit. Nobody puts anything on the bar because they're already they're going, oh, okay, you guys are getting this is included, so fuck you. Number two, if you're a drinker, and there's no real drinkers out there, like this was my biggest thing. This is what happened. You say you're a drinker, so like
yes.
I drink Amstel Light and I drink Johnny Walker Black. That's my go-to. If you don't have
at the same time,
Amstel Light, Johnny Walker Black.
Okay.
If you have Macallan, I'm drinking Macallan, and I have no problem paying for my drink.
Okay.
If I drink, this is what I drink. We had a party where they had Kettle, but Tito's wasn't on the package.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted Tito's, you had to pay for Tito's.
Okay.
When I'm telling you, no exaggeration, when I'm telling you 50 people asked for Tito's, and I had to say, well, Tito's isn't on a package, I got to charge you for it. Out of those 50 people, not one of them paid for Tito's. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then just fucking say, give me a vodka. You understand?
Yeah. But
But
they don't
everybody
want
looked
you
at
to
me
get...
like everybody looked at me like I was an asshole. Like, oh, you ain't let me have Tito's? No, motherfucker, it's not in the package. Your boss didn't pay for Tito's. Your boss paid for Kettle. Number one, there's no real difference. If you're a vodka drinker, you go with Smirnoff. That's number one. Smirnoff is the best vodka that you can drink.
Smirnoff?
Smirnoff.
I like Goose or Belvedere.
Yeah,
Okay.
Goose.
I hear you.
Or Belvedere.
Or even
Belvedere.
Sky.
I didn't say best tasting. I didn't say I'm best. Most bang for your buck is definitely, in my opinion, Smirnoff.
Huh.
But if everybody,
But Tito's is gluten free, and that's how people like it.
Yeah.
to be fair, I didn't know that until this moment, which is even funnier.
Gluten-free.
That would explain.
Yeah.
That would explain
you
a lot of
American.
dirty looks.
Yes,
because
exactly.
everybody had a gluten intolerance.
They
Apparently,
wanted gluten
Yeah.
free.
just be nice to your bartenders. Just be nice to people. Everybody this
Oh
week
yeah, your service
that
staff.
I had,
Yeah.
I don't know what they did.
Mm-hmm.
They all office parties, and
Right.
everybody was just like completely just like, excuse me. It's like, whoa, dude, chill.
Now this is a bar.
Yeah.
Okay, because I work at a restaurant,
No. This
so
is
it's a
bar.
completely
Yeah.
different type of vibe when they're having, you got 50 people sitting down.
I have never had
eating.
more people look down their nose at me
Oh,
while I'm handing them a fucking drink. And it's not a height thing. It's literally, I had people that like nice suits and everything, and it's
Yeah.
just like, yo, what the fuck?
Well,
Wow.
if they were...
So just be nice. That's all you got to do is be please and thank you.
I would just
so
look
overrated.
down my nose back at them. Like, if you worked at a real place, you'd be going to, like, a restaurant for your Christmas party and not just a
And
bar.
yeah,
bar.
couple of them-
but you could tell the difference though, because
Yeah.
I feel like people were not snooty to me during the holiday season. I feel like they
Yeah.
were
I got
more.
a lot of snootiness.
They were more like, oh, do you have like they were more
Yeah.
like
Because our party's, like, at a steakhouse.
Okay.
But, like, everyone, like, drinks. But,
right.
like, it's not,
It's
like...
because everybody's sitting down.
Yeah.
hanging
exactly.
Out. Like,
Well, no, because I work at a nice restaurant that's attached to the W Hotel, so you
Okay.
can imagine the clientele that
Yeah.
comes in there because it's attached to W. But we have both parties, like because we have like a lounge area where there's like a DJ and stuff like that, and like they have open bar packages too. But then people are not like they were just really nice.
I got a lot of douche this season. And
Yeah.
I didn't work that many parties. I didn't have one good party this year where I was like, "Hey, this is cool. Everybody's chill. Everybody had something on their mind, I
Yeah.
guess." But
Wow.
more to it. Nobody was, like I said, maybe 20 people would have pleased and thank you out of maybe. I went through like maybe 500 people
Wow.
from early November to this week.
People are stupid too. There's protocol to this, okay? So let me tell you, if you go to an open bar package party with your job, what you do is you order what you want to order, and you give the bartender like $20 right there. Then that way he's gonna be looking at you the whole time and keeping your drink completely full, and all your other motherfucking coworkers gonna be waiting.
No, you don't even have to. Most 9 times out of 10, all you got to do is just be nice, because you're not going to make anybody move faster. You're not going to make anybody. No, if you put money down on the bar, great. Your attitude is more important than the money you're putting down on the bar. Like, especially on a Friday or Saturday night. I know for a fact, if I'm working a bar, I'm gonna be all right. The money you put down, you're not buying me.
Right? No,
So you're not. You can't buy.
I
it
didn't
like
say
your
I didn't say
attention.
put
As long
money
as-
down and then be
as
an
long as you're-
asshole.
No. As long as you're cool,
Yeah.
you can put down you can put down $2. As long as you understand. Yo, there's 50 people here.
Right.
I'll get you as quick as I can. You know what I mean? And to be fair, I'm also a shitty bartender. I don't have the personality for it. I'm a stand-up comic.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can imagine. But when I work party, I tell all the servers, we're in customer, and I rarely have to deal with asshole customers. And I tell all the servers, I'm like, yo, we're in customer service, so if they're assholes, you gotta let it rock. And this was the week where I was like, yo, because I was good, like, for the most part, like, these people, but this week I was just like, yo, what the fuck? I haven't had one, like, because everybody's smiling and having a good time. I didn't have any people who were civil to the servers or the wait staff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I've seen, I stopped 3 guys this week, 3 separate individual dudes, 3 separate nights from, like, snapping their fingers. I was like, yo, don't do that. Chill. That's completely unnecessary.
Right.
Yeah, but I want to.
I know it's really
Chill
rude.
out. That's
That's
really
so
not
rude.
happening right now.
I don't come up to your job and start snapping at you and telling you to do stuff.
But it happened.
Right.
And you know what it is? It's that somebody else is paying for it, so you don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? I get it. It's your night out. I get it. It's you have a shitty job, but yo, just please and thank you.
Do you
Goes
think
a very long
people
way.
are more rude now because of Trump?
White people definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they see an asshole attitude, and the people wielding it are apparently like presenting as winners. So they tend to be like, oh, so I can get away with that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They coach it in terms of people who, especially Trump supporters, coach it in terms of, oh, he's not politically correct and he's stirring the pot. No, he's a fucking asshole and he's
Yeah.
blatantly disrespectful to people that he can't profit off of.
All
And
this
people that he
being
can-
respectful to people is getting out of control. We need to strike back.
Yeah.
I don't know about striking. I just let it rock.
I'm talking their attitude.
Yeah,
of it, though.
he's yeah. That's the thing that I think is so interesting is that all of these like Trump supporters are like they're against PC culture and they like him because he says it like it is. But then if you say anything at all about Trump or Melania or his kids or the incest, like then they're just kind of like, oh well, you can't. Thank you, Rodney. You can't.
You see that way.
Yeah, it's like you can't talk to him that way. He's the president. You have to respect the office of the president. It's like, no, you people
Didn't they
want.
call the last guy a
He
fucking
doesn't.
monkey? Didn't they call his wife a fucking transvestite? Didn't they?
Yeah.
What
Yep.
else was it?
Yep.
Wasn't he not a
They
fucking
call-
citizen? Get the fuck out
the
of
things
here.
they
Right.
said about Michelle were just downright criminal.
Yeah.
The whole shit's ridiculous. When if you can dish it out, but you can't take it. That's basically what it is.
And it's just like, oh, well, you have to respect them. You can't talk about Melania. You can't talk. Melania is like, I mean,
The Russian trophy
y-
wife.
the-
the Russian
I mean,
wife.
I was
Not
gonna
even-
say the first sex worker.
Ah.
Like, it's just, it doesn't like. We went from a first lady to a first sex worker. Not that I'm knocking sex workers, but don't like trumps around here like you're like fucking Jackie O. Like you're not.
you're not even.
Oh, with those
on the
fucking
list.
Handmaid's Tale Christmas trees. What?
Oh
the
my
hell? She can't, even
God.
she can't even interior decorate. What the fuck?
And don't she has people for that? Like who said like, oh yeah, like first lady, we've got these red trees, and she's like, das Vidania. Like it's
Oh my God.
ridiculous.
Did you see that interview with her where she was in Africa and she had that like
That Raiders of the Lost
Red
Ark.
Ark hat on?
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
what are you? How you're hunting motherfuckers? And how is that what you're doing?
I think that's called dog whistling Nazis.
Oh my God! It was just like
Yeah.
you're so blatant.
There's no fucking way you're not anything but a safari Nazi.
Yeah.
Right? Safari Nazi.
No, I give them all the. I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't think she's a fucking Nazi. I just think that the funniest thing to me is you can't like. Okay, we are where we are because we deserve to be where we are. That's the entire Trump thing. You had 8 years of, and the fucked up thing is the economy's good, so he's gonna get reelected. That's what's fucked up.
Well, it's good for
Because
rich
every
people,
white
not
person
for
who
Yeah.
said every white person who said they weren't going to vote for him voted for him. every person who said they weren't a supporter was a supporter secretly. So there's no way. You need the economy to tank, and you need God forbid, you need another 2 9/11s
No, he
to
will
get
just.
him out of office.
I think
He'll
that.
Giuliani that shit.
Oh yeah, like if there was like a terrorist attack, he would try to pass some sort of law that he would be emperor forever. Like we will never get rid of him.
Oh my God.
We need emergency sovereign
Yes,
Yeah.
he's Palpatine. Is that what we're gonna get?
It's like, oh my god, it's just
pretty much.
yeah. Like
Listen,
No,
the
Except
problem though,
Palpatine kept it in his pants and ruled solo.
yeah, the problem though is, you don't have anybody on the other side who's as dynamic as Trump. Like they don't have anybody. The Republicans have somebody.
A monkey throwing poo is as dynamic.
I mean,
as
there's
Trump.
somebody's going to remember. We're here in New York. I'm talking about somebody who's going to capture the imagination of the middle of the country.
Well,
You understand what I'm saying? Like that's.
Right, because who do you think is going to be?
I mean,
can't-
hopefully.
who
It's
is
not like you
gonna-
can put Obama under a luchador mask and fucking run him in because he wouldn't win this time.
It's fucking Bernie. Bernie has got like the heart of like the people in mind. Like he wants to relate to everyone, wants all workers to be equal. And America's just like, no, we will worship a socialist Jew, but we won't fucking vote for one.
No, he would have got killed in the election. You got to
Yeah.
remember, he wasn't going to. You got to remember, the whole middle of the country came out and voted for Trump. There's two states that didn't really. It's New York and California.
Well, America is kind of rooted in
48
racism. So
yeah, the
he
entire
strikes
other
those
48
chords.
states were just like, hey, we can't have Hillary Clinton because she's a woman. That's basically it. If she was a man, she would have won.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, if a woman wasn't going to win, then I don't think that like that part of the country would have also been okay with voting for a Jewish person.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they would have done it. I mean, like, I'm like surprised still, like when I go to other states and like they have never met a Jewish person, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
But you got to remember, we're from here. We're the definition of that East Coast bias that the people in the middle of the country talk about, because we just assume everybody's as up to speed as we are. Yeah, why would you not? How could you not meet a Jew? Oh, because I'm from fucking Fairhope, Alabama.
Right, and I read an
How
article.
could you not be around
Fair
gay
hope.
people?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I read an article that only 10% of the U.S. population has ever met a trans person, and I'm like, I can be
What?
hanging out
Walk
with
down the
like
block
3
without-
trans people
Yeah.
at the same time.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's
10%?
10% of the U.S. population has never actually met a trans
5% here,
person.
5% California.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
The only two safe spaces in America.
Yeah,
No, Vermont's pretty cool.
I mean,
What?
they're all
Vermont's
ODing on
pretty cool.
heroin, but yeah.
Yeah, it's safe. Yeah,
Yeah, they're cool because they're strung out. But
yeah, exactly. Like you're safe.
I don't know. I'm black and gay. I would still be nervous in Vermont.
No, Vermont's very, very. Bernie Sanders is from fucking Vermont. You're good.
Okay.
They're making weed legal and shit. Like you're good.
Oh.
That's what
I really want.
I really wish they would hurry up and make it legal already, just so I could maybe. I can't smoke weed because
Why can't you smoke
it
weed?
dries me out and
Well,
my
get edibles.
blood pressure goes through the roof.
Oh.
So it took me like 2 trips to the emergency room to realize that. Like, hey, hold on. And in a conversation with the nurse, she's like, maybe weed's not your thing. Like
Well, have
the first
have
time
you
I
tried
got
edibles?
No, I actually
Uh-oh.
have CBD pills because I do have like anxiety and stuff. They're like the cure all. Like, hey, this is really gonna help you out, but it smells like weed, so I haven't bothered taking it because I'm like a scalded dog. I'm like, I want to touch this
Mm.
Yeah.
because this smells like what hurt me.
Yeah.
But everybody's like,
Right.
no, dude, just take one. It's only 20 milligrams. I'm like, I don't want to end up in the emergency room again. Like, I was at a Yankee game last year, and my friend was like, hey, hit this vape. I was like, oh, yeah, no. He's like, no, dude, it's not going to fuck you up the way the weed does because this is more mellow. Like, it's not, but it
'Cause
still
the
dried
oil.
me out. So at the end of the game, I got up to go get water. Like, at the beginning of the ninth, top of the ninth inning, I go to get, I'm going to get a beer. Anybody want a beer? Yeah. On the walk from the seats to the concession stand, my blood pressure spiked. Like, my heart rate went through the roof. And I was like, fuck, not again. And I sat down against the concession stand, and I was like, I'm going to be fine. But a lady was freaked out and called
Ambulance.
and the guy comes over, and he sees a fat guy on the floor, and he's like, oh, this is my chance to be a hero. And I'm like, nah, yo, it's the weed. And he was like, you see in his face, he's like, you fucking pussy. Because I'm not a weed smoker.
Yeah.
I,
And they
I
had to do
wipe
the
my
whole
lips
thing,
for the
strap me to the
CPR, and
gurney and
you
everything. Yeah,
reward
they
me
had to
with
strap me to
this.
the gurney and everything else. And take me. They took me to the ER. They took me to the ER, and I felt bad for the guy because it's the end of the game.
Yeah.
He's on his way home. He's not getting overtime for this shit. I asked him, I said, yo, you getting OT? He's like, nah, yo. I was like, yo, my bad. I don't know what to tell you.
Shit.
But he was like, no, you definitely should go get it checked out because of your weight, which is his way of saying, you fat bitch.
What
Get
were-
your shit
Because
together.
your weight.
What were you saying, Mike?
Oh no, I was just saying that he was disappointed because he had just did like a shot of Banaka in his mouth, and he was ready to do the CPR, and then you had to be fine and ruin his day.
Oh, no,
yeah.
you can't You can't put mouth to mouth on anybody now. They got the little mask gimmick now.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't touch anybody skin to skin. That's why 97.
Man,
Listen,
I think I just
97%
revealed how
of the
old I am.
population has some form of simplex. All right, 97%. That means there's 4 people in this room. One of us is fucking dirty. So no, I'm good. That's a
I know
real
y'all
stat.
looking around looking at me.
I'll take that.
Good-
We can't
good
put
thing
it on
about
the
Skype is that
black
you
gay
can't
guy.
see if
for
I
fucking
do or do not.
It's bad enough you convert people. I can honestly, until this day, I never met anybody who copped to converting. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah,
That's his brand.
I'm the converter, right?
Rodney Converter Daniels.
Mhm.
If
For
you were a
real.
WWE superstar, that would be your character.
Yes, it would be.
In this corner,
Right.
the converter.
The converter. He turns them all out. Don't look into his eyes, gentlemen.
It's got in the comics, you'd have to have those gay beams.
Right?
Like pink sparkly beams that shoot out of your eyes like Darkseid.
Like
and follow you
rainbows.
around the
Oh,
room.
man. What's it? The Omega effect. Where you go?
Yes.
I don't want to
Omega
call it the gay
sanction.
effect though. That's too easy. I'll think of something later. I'll tag everybody.
Okay, I like that.
I think you should call it the Ricky Martin.
Oh, right? Yeah, dude.
Shake
The
your bum
Ricky
bum.
Martin.
I get it. I was like one of the 4 people who was like surprised, like, yo, where he's gay?
Oh, you.
I'm that guy. Yo, no.
Those hips.
I don't. I'm okay. You know how people will be like, oh, I knew. Like, okay, my sister's gay.
Okay.
And I just thought she was a tomboy.
Oh. And
So
when
when
she came
out,
out,
I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, I don't look at somebody and go, this person's that or this person's this or this. I don't know why. But I'm I was like legit surprised with like Ricky Martin. Who else was?
if you were surprised by that, I could show you some dudes. You'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here."
My favorite is a real gangster type dude.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Like, yo, that dude's mad gangster. Yo, but he's also gay. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sucks dick.
It's 2018. Like, you could be gay and be a thug.
I know.
You know,
That's what I love about
20 years
Brooklyn.
ago, it was like on some DL shit.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, but
now
I
it's
feel
like,
like
yo,
that's
just be
kind
you.
of always been that way.
It
It's
is.
just
It is.
this
It's still some
country.
DL
Still
shit.
is.
Like
It
we
still
are
is.
just kind of like, you know, puritanical in that regard. But if you look at like Alexander the Great, who's probably arguably the most successful like warrior in history, I mean, he was gay as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, everybody wants to think like, oh, gay guys are like, you know, not tough or masculine or whatever.
You don't see enough tough masculine gay guys to have that impression because a lot of a big part of being tough is being quiet.
Aren't there
So you
some
don't-
WWE guys that are out now, or WWF guys
There
that
was
are out?
one guy, Darren Young, but they released him like a year ago. I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody. No, there's nobody who's on TV right now in WWE. There's a really cool guy by the name of Dalton Castle who doesn't say he's gay, but he's mad flamboyant and entertaining as hell.
Ooh.
But he's got his whole gimmick is he's like a Liberace. He has like 2 boys, two dudes who like attend him. Those are his. He's mad
Oh,
old school.
I love
yeah,
that.
It's fucking hilarious.
That's
bro.
real gay.
And he's not going to go by the name Dick Flair.
No, I don't think you can anything Flair-esque. I think you pretty much table it unless you can't use it unless you're using it, like ironically, like in a sketch or something, because it's too identified with him.
So you're a huge WWE
Yeah,
fan?
it's like the one. It sucks now, but I still watch it.
Okay.
You know, so but I don't. What I try not to do, like I'm a huge nerd, but the stuff I'm a nerd about, I try to just relax with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of my nerdery, a lot of the fun got taken out of my nerdery by the internet. You know, because everybody complains and it's like I like The Last Jedi.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but
Like, there's
you can't-
problems.
but if you say
I see
that,
Benicio del
people-
Toro, and I'm like, dude, really?
yeah, but you say you like The Last Jedi, and people look at you like you admit to punching nuns in the face. It's like, whoa, dude, it's a movie. It's chill. It's all right. Relax.
Only fish nuns.
Yeah, there's no way. There is no way that I can take this stuff as seriously as some people do. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's chill. It's a movie with a guy with a lightsaber. That's all you need.
The Last
Yeah.
Jedi,
I
is
never
that
look
the
into
newest
the fandom.
one?
The latest one, yeah.
Oh. Now, is that the J.J. Abrams?
That's his trilogy, yeah, but he didn't direct it. Ryan Johnson directed it.
Okay.
And the big criticism that everybody had was Luke Skywalker. They killed the character of Luke Skywalker, and his entire character is completely different from his original incarnation.
Okay.
But this is again, this is a guy who, after 30 years of carrying the weight of the galaxy on his shoulders, snaps. He's like, "Yo, I can't fuck with y'all no more," and he leaves.
Right.
He left. That's the whole. The whole point is, he's burnt out. He leaves, and he's completely just like, "Yo, I can't do this anymore." And who can't relate to that?
Yeah, I'm going to go hang out on an island off the coast of Nova Scotia, and I'm going to hang out with penguins.
Yeah. But people rioted. People were like, "This is Luke Skywalker would never." Like, first of all, he's fictional. Second of all, it's 30 years.
I like how his life came full circle because he started off on Tatooine in the middle of nowhere drinking this gross milk, and now he's back in the middle of nowhere drinking gross milk.
Right. My theory on Last Jedi is that Luke's dead the entire movie. Like, he dies at the end, and at the end he's a projection.
Like you think it's like a
Oh,
Sixth
so
Sense
he
kind
was
of
a
thing?
Force ghost.
Well, not even a Sixth Sense thing. I mean, he died inside. He's already dead.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that. Like
his body finally caught up.
Remember the one line in the movie is that he's cut himself off from the Force. So when you watch him jumping around the island and doing all this dangerous shit, he's not using Jedi skills to do it. He doesn't give a fuck. If he fell into the water and died, he would just fall into the water and die. He doesn't give a fuck about training anybody.
You saw what Luke said about it. What Mark Hamill said about it. Like his thought was that Luke was like a junkie that had gotten clean and just one more time was brought in and he overdosed on the Force.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way of looking at it.
Overdose on the Force.
But it's cool to talk about it. It's just I don't like the whole.
Oh, the fandom is toxic and that's fucking bullshit. Like, just enjoy the thing, and if you've got a complaint, say it, but don't take your own complaint seriously.
Yeah, enjoy it or not enjoy it. But now that everybody has a YouTube account, you get these 20-minute videos of what's wrong with this film. And this is just like, you like it or
The
you
Red
don't
Letter
like it.
Media guy, the Harry Plinkett guy, he does a good job complaining about shit. But he also doesn't take himself like really ultra seriously. Like, it's all satire to begin with, so it's not like a toxic complaint. It's just one guy goofing off on shit like we would talk.
The
Like,
problem
he's not the asshole that would flip a table at McDonald's like, "Where's my fucking Szechuan sauce?"
The problem I have though is that like it's subjective. So like me not liking it, just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not valid. I just don't. I think there's way too much of it because everybody can do it now. So it was cool when you had like when 5 people are doing it, it's cool. When 5,000 people doing it, it's overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it because, like, I'm not a fan of J.J. Abrams. And then when he's, like, started kind of taking over the franchise, I was just, like, I was still pissed off from Star Trek. And so, like, I'm just, like,
Are you
I'm
a
not
Trekkie?
going to. Like, I was into Star Trek, and then he did that. Like, I saw the first Star Trek that he did, and I was pissed. And then I was just like, I'm not watching any of this. I'm not getting on this J.J. Abrams kick.
Right.
Like, he wants to, like, rewrite every lore of every story that, it's like, go back to Alias, dude. Like, I'm done watching you ruin my childhood. I was, I was pissed
Ruined
with
it.
I actually enjoyed the Trek reboot.
I
It's
didn't like
cheesy as fuck. It's not Star Trek classic, but the whole point of it, I think, was to get people who weren't Trekkies to like it. Which
what if
is
it was
gonna
the same
piss
but a little
Trekkies off.
different?
You know what I mean? Because
Romulans would not have that capability, and I'm resentful. I'm resentful that he's trying to rewrite Romulan history. Sorry, not today, JJ.
Oh shit.
But you had to. Once they say, listen, I'll give them credit for one thing in that I really liked. In the movie, they say alternate universe. I thought that was such a big part of showing respect to the original Trek heads and like, all your shit happened.
It respects the past and
You know
yet
what I mean?
legitimizes
All your
the
shit's
future
legit.
of this
It's
movie.
still over there. We have it on film. This is not the main timeline. That was pretty dope.
It's not a comic book.
I liked it though. I liked it
Be same here.
because it made it for me. Star Trek when I was a kid was a lot of talking. I was a Star Wars kid, so it just had just the right amount of. I mean, forget the fact that they build the Enterprise on Earth, which makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
Because you're not supposed to.
that's why you're
Yeah.
in space in the first place.
Exactly.
Fool. Yeah, like I'm just not like I can't like literally from go. I was just like, you know something, JJ, you owe me $13. Like,
Hey, listen, I fuck with Cloverfield. I haven't seen Overlord yet, but I'm a follower of that universe. I never saw Alias, but I like the Trek stuff. The Into Darkness sucked only because there was no way you're topping the original Wrath of Khan, and there was no way. There was no way to top that.
I refuse to watch it.
I watched it and I was like, okay, this is okay, but you can see too much of it coming.
Yeah.
And Beyond was nice. What I look at it is not as movies so much as like a Netflix show. Like it helped that I saw the first one in the theater, but I watched the other two at home. To get me into the only thing that's getting me into the movie theaters now is Marvel stuff. That's it.
Yeah, I
Aquaman came out this week. I can't be bothered to watch it.
that's like the only one I
Spider-Verse
want
came
to
out,
see.
Raven.
Like that
Aquaman.
fish man can get it.
Yeah, can't argue that one.
He's hot as fuck.
I was as a big comic book kid. The Marvel universe was my universe, and to see that on the screen now, it actually feels like I'm reading a comic book. So, and every couple of years, I'll go in and enjoy a movie. But I mean, for me to stop what I'm doing to go to a movie, I'm 45 years old now, so I can't imagine. Like when I was a kid, if I was a kid in my 20s, that's what you do. You go to movies and shit like that. Now it's got to be something that I really want to go see. You know,
Yeah.
So Aquaman, the DC universe was fucked up so badly that I can't. I'm not even excited to see Aquaman. You know what I mean? And he was the best part of Justice League. You know.
Yeah.
It helps also, by the way, that I have a Stubbs membership, so I go to $5 Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You know, so if paying retail is ridiculous in this day and age, if you're going to the movies on Friday, there's so many other things you could be doing.
Yeah, that's my problem. I haven't been in the movies in like 4 years or something like that.
Yeah,
I like
everything's on your phone now.
Yeah, it's on my phone. If I want to see it, I wait for it to come on
Netflix or Hulu or
Netflix or
something,
Hulu.
whatever you're paying for.
If I'm going to the movies, I like to go to the Alamo Draft House, but like that's about it for a movie theater because like I like the food and being able to like drink a beer there, like
Right.
Mike, do you guys eat and drink in your movie theaters?
Yeah, we have the concession stands, but I'm also a cheap guy that will go to a movie on Tuesday. One time for a date, I even snuck in a bottle of wine in my date's purse.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I wanted to class it up because I ain't no scrub. Except she went against my suggestion and also had popcorn and had apparently wine and popcorn do not mix.
No. Oh,
I didn't touch that stuff and I was fine.
Yeah. No.
Why you can't have
Wait,
popcorn with wine?
Popcorn and
Fuck up your stomach.
How does it fuck up
Oh.
your
Because
stomach?
the acid from the wine, like your stomach makes acid.
Yeah.
So it's already not going to break down the popcorn, but now you have acid on top of the acid. It just fucks up your stomach. You get the bubble guts.
red or white.
It's making
Yep,
me bubble thinking about it. Ugh.
Yeah, because
Yes,
that's what happened to
popcorn
her.
with
So
wine. No, dude.
it did not work out well for her, and conversely did not work out well for me. But I tried.
But red or white wine or both?
Red.
Red. Yeah, well, because I feel like
Yeah.
white wine goes better with popcorn.
I've definitely had popcorn
But
and
red
wine
goes
before.
with black Twizzlers.
Maybe you're resilient.
I don't know. I think I just always have bubble gut.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah. I always have bubble gut.
Yeah.
My
That's what I wanted to talk about today, too. I woke up this
my
morning.
bubble gut.
No. No, because totally
How it
thinking you
brings
because
no
we have
boys to
issues.
start.
No, because I woke up this morning and I was taking a shit because I'm a morning shitter. That's like what I do in the morning. And I looked down because you're supposed to look, and it's red, completely red. I was like, oh my God, I'm bleeding out my asshole. And then I remember that I ate Flamin' Hot Cheetos the night before. Right?
Yo, nothing's scarier than the first time you try to eat healthy and you have beets.
Oh, and you
Oh.
start peeing red.
Yo.
Oh my God. It's so scary.
Yeah, I have a friend that has a kidney condition, and we were like out at a we were out like at a bar, restaurant, whatever. She wasn't really drinking, but we went to the bathroom together, and she just, oh my god, like in like while she's peeing, and I'm like, yo, what's wrong? And then she's like, I had to go to the hospital. I'm like, why? She's like, my pee's all red, and I'm just like, didn't you have some sort of beet drink for lunch? Like, I saw you drinking something red. She's like, oh shit, it's the beets. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I don't fuck with that shit. Like,
Right, because that's a freak out moment
like,
right
yeah.
there. Everybody know you got your red stool, red
Asparagus.
pea. You need to go to the hospital.
at least the asparagus is just stinky.
Yeah.
It's not like a color problem.
Also,
Yeah.
Golden Crisp cereal, same effect.
Oh, it's a
What?
stinky.
If you have more than 2 bowls of Golden Crisp cereal, your pee will smell like Golden Crisp cereal. It's ridiculous.
I
It's
don't know.
bad. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
On occasion,
It
Fat
stops
dude
becoming a common
observations.
problem when you're like at your second bowl of Golden Crisp.
and then all of a sudden,
To be
you're serving-
fair, I was 24 and what was I? I was recovering from a bender. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
a box of Golden Crisp cereal.
So like one thing that happened to me, and like I googled it. I don't know exactly what the problem was, but like my poo smelled like mothballs.
Whoa.
And so
Oh.
like I googled like poo smells like mothballs, and a whole bunch of things came up. Like nobody explained why, but I'm just like, at least enough people are having this phenomenon that I don't feel like I'm gonna die. But like it was just really weird. It's like all of a sudden, like it didn't even smell like poo. It just legit smelled like I just opened a bag of mothballs.
Whoa. I gotta look this up. This has been fun for me. I got 3 things to look up. Oh man.
You should only be concerned if they post about it once.
Yeah, exactly. If there's just like, oh, have you talked to Karen after she posted about mothball poos? We can't find her.
Right.
If they keep complaining about it, then you know, okay, at least I've got time.
Yeah, like, you know, I probably will die in like 5 years, but at least I know it's not tomorrow.
Hey, look,
Yeah, if it's only one post and you're like, oh, I'm in 5th stage already.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, because that's what when you see red shit, you're thinking like, oh my god, I'm about to die like right now.
Yeah.
At one point, mine was green, and I thought, oh my god, I've lost all my gut flora. I'm going back to baby poo. Like, what the hell is going on? And turns out it's like, no, I had way too much of my nephew's birthday cake, and the
Oh, there you
icing
go.
changed the color.
Food coloring, yeah.
I've had green poo once when I go, well, actually, it's happened a couple of times, but like when I go on like a juicing cleanse
right.
and like I'm only drinking like green juice for like a few days, then my poo turns green.
I gotta try one of those.
I've
I gotta do that in
Juicing
2019.
cleanse?
Just like I have to lose weight as it is. I gotta change my diet. My diet's really shitty.
Yeah.
I cut down on the. It's funny. I cut down on the drinking because of it. That's how I know I'm not an alcoholic. They were like, you got to change your ways. I was like, well, I like cheeseburgers more than I like hangovers. So I'm gonna stay
Oh,
eat
shit.
cheeseburgers. But now it's to the point where I got to give the cheeseburgers too. So fuck it.
Can you just take the bun off? Like I just do a lot of.
No, you know what? I
The
can't.
Atkins burger.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah.
Do the, you
No.
can't do
Are
the,
you-
the protein burger
No, I
with
like.
the,
I
and the,
like.
and the lettuce.
I very few things in my life like give me like joy. A good cheeseburger, like I'm not talking McDonald's or Burger King.
No,
or
no,
even
no,
like
no.
Shake Shack. I mean, like I go home and I make.
Oh, you make
You
it.
know, like, oh, I'm gonna have this cheese, I have cheddar, and you toast a bun a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I like good food, but I
Yeah.
like making. I don't like eating out. I went through a very weird phase where I was just eating. I stopped drinking, so I started eating a lot shittier.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna go to the bar, but I would get out of the club and I'd be like, oh, you know what? Instead of going to the bar, I'm just gonna go home. But I'm not. You know what? I'm a little hungry, so I'm gonna go stop at McDonald's. But what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to go home.
Right.
Right.
That's why I was going to the bar. The bar was, hey, I don't want to go home.
Let me go to
Right.
the bar.
So McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King became the bar.
Right.
And that's when I put all of this on. You know what I mean? It's like right now I'm at 254.
Okay.
But 54 of it is legit fast food that I got to get rid of. You know?
Wow.
So like when I was in high school, I was overweight, and like actually I've been up and down with weight like all my life. I went on my first diet when I was 3. I was like morbidly obese at 3.
Right.
And so like it just becomes, you gotta try to. The thing about the dieting is that you can't look at it as a diet. You kind of have to just look at it as little changes.
Mhm.
So like for me, like I like cheeseburgers also, but I won't eat the bun.
Okay.
Or if I eat the bun, then I can't have fries.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you
'Cause
have
that's
to.
where like the most
That
calories
that
are.
actually worked because the interesting thing about that was I was like, okay, when you said don't eat the fries, is I've gotten away from fries and onion rings and the sides,
Right.
but I won't take the bun off. The
But-
next because you know people wrap it in lettuce.
Yeah, the lettuce.
I don't
the
even-
protein
yeah.
style.
I'm like no, I'm good. I like having the cheeseburger, but I won't glutton out now and have like because I used to get the double quarter, the large with the fries, and then the 10-piece nuggets, and it was like, whoa, you're eating for 3 people right now, dude. Slow. You're eating for 3 people at 1:30 in the morning,
Right.
and then you're going home and going to sleep, so it's not going
It's
anywhere.
not going anywhere. It's just gonna sit there.
And then like I completely cut out soda 100%.
That's so hard.
Like yeah, so like what I'll do is I'll drink like a flavored seltzer water
Yes.
so that I still have the effervescence. But like I haven't like legit bought like a 2-liter bottle of soda in like maybe 5 years or something.
That's the hard part about working at a restaurant is that like
It's right
I
there.
have the soda machine right there.
Yeah, it's right
I
there.
could just get a Coke.
The
Or you could just get a seltzer with a little lemon.
Okay.
or you can actually
2019.
just drink water. Like that's a really, it's the most important part of your body. It's water. Just drink water.
Yeah.
Just drink. And you, again, I had to train myself, dude. You have to drink water,
And another
especially if you drink. Like if you're a drinker,
yeah.
Yeah.
you need water.
Well, you're also supposed to drink your weight in ounces. So, like, you're like 250, like, you're supposed to drink 250 ounces of water a day.
Right.
So, like,
Damn.
that's like a thing that I have a water bottle with me, and it's 20 ounces. And every day I try to drink my weight in ounces of water. Yeah. But, like, I was, I mean, I don't necessarily know that you guys, like, know, like, dress sizes or whatever, but, like, when I was 14, I was a size 16, and now I'm a 4. So like,
Wow. Yes.
yeah.
God bless.
yeah. So, but it's hard, and it's like something you have to work on like every day.
Yeah.
But
This is the time to do it too. The New Year's coming up, so you may as well make those resolutions.
yeah, Mike, do you have any dieting tips?
No, I drank the water bottle. I have a treadmill in my
Okay.
house,
okay.
so I don't really have to change my viewing habits. I just have to change where I watch 8 hours of TV a day. I can just watch that on my treadmill and just burn off a shit ton of calories. So, you know, I call it being an active couch potato.
Hmm.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I walk a lot, and like when the weather's nice, I'll walk around the track.
Yeah.
I haven't worked my way up to running, but I guess that's the next thing to do.
Yeah.
The problem with me and running is that like it's actual effort. Like walking, you can just put a podcast on and just walk around in a circle, walk around the track. You're like, okay, cool. As soon as it comes to like running, I'm like, I don't want to sweat.
Yeah. I'm not a big
Well-
sweater either.
I have a standing desk, and when I ordered it, it came with a walking treadmill, so it's not a running treadmill.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can just casually watch your shows and not even know that you're walking by
Right.
the time you get into a rhythm. And you're just like, wow, I watched 3 episodes of Daredevil, and I'm soaking wet. Okay,
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. No, that's a good
Nice.
tip. So we need to take a break, but both of you are more than welcome to stay if you can or want to. But before we go, just tell everybody where they can find you on social media, what projects you're working on. I'm going to start with you, Cisco.
You can find me at Francisco Comedy on Twitter or at Francisco Comedy on Twitter because everything goes through there. I'm not terribly active at it, but you do get some funny stuff. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm a regular over at LOL in Times Square. So if you're in Times Square, you'll end up seeing me.
That's like literally like a block away from my job.
There you go. Yeah.
Mike, how about you?
You can find me Mike King on Facebook. That's the Mike King in Ottawa, Ontario. You can check out my podcast, the Playing with Power podcast, on iTunes, Stitcher, pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts, and also the Graveyard Shift Horror with Sheldon and Mike. That's my horror movie podcast where we do reviews and little comedy skits as well. So check us out. Let us know what you think, and if you can suggest movies for us to watch, and we'll thank you on the show.
All right, thank
Cool.
you. All right, you guys. We'll be right back.
Nice. All right, cool. I gotta get rid of.
Yeah.